Hey guys, Pico here, and I'm joined by Tracy, our Director of Special Projects, and you are watching World of Warplanes Live. So we did PAX this past week, and you weren't there.
That's right.
Oh, unfortunately. It was a lot of fun. We gave away prizes to people who came by and played World of Warplanes, like these sweet aviator sunglasses.
Surely I can get a pair.
You can have this pair, actually. Go ahead. Have at it.
I don't need to see.
No. It's just eyes. We had an awesome party and esports tournament. It was really great meeting some of you guys. I met like Earwaxian. Hi, thanks for stopping by our stream. He's always around. So thank you guys so much for stopping by our booth, playing our games. You can check out YouTube. We did a couple videos showing player reactions and feedback, and it was all pretty positive. On top of that, we have a weekend special for World of Warplanes where Tier 1 through 5 receives a 30% credit increase all weekend, so get in on that while supplies last. What you guys are really here for, though, is we are joined by Tracy. He is a master of history and everything else that is awesome. So why don't you tell people what a Director of Special Projects does?
Right, okay. So I run special projects at Wargaming. That's taken a lot of different forms. I work with museums. We've done various collaborations with museums, both in the United Kingdom and in the United States. Our most recent project was we were involved in the recovery and now restoration and conservation of a Dornier 17 German bomber, which was shot down on August 26, 1940 at the height of the Battle of Britain by pilots of 264 Squadron. They found it in 2010. It was resting upside down off the coast of Kent in a place called Goodwin Sands, where tides had basically buried it in sand, which was fortunate, as otherwise the aluminum frame would have completely melted away and there'd be no airplane. And those of you who tune into BBC may have seen this. The plane was successfully recovered in June of this summer. There's a third attempt with a giant Atlas lifting crane that brought the plane up and remarkably intact. It's the only one. Every other Dornier 17 was either shot down or scrapped after the war. This one, even the tires were still inflated. There was still grease on the shaft for the propellers right from the factory. There were ammunition belts. It was remarkably in good shape. So it was brought up, put on the Atlas lifting platform, brought in to the coast off Kent, and then loaded onto a very large lorry, truck for our American listeners, with a nice Wargaming banner, and brought off to the Cosford RAF Museum, where it's currently in hydration tunnels undergoing stabilization, because now oxygen is interacting with the aluminum frame, and it will eat the whole thing. So we're actually spraying it with lemon juice.
Lemon?
Yeah, apparently the chemist said that's what needs to happen. So every few minutes it's getting jets of essentially lemon juice to stabilize the pH of the plane, prevent further corrosion of the hull, and then we're cleaning it up. It will be unveiled on October 15th of this year for a new exhibit at the Wargaming Dornier 17 Interpretation Zone. That's what we're calling it.
So where do people see this?
Well, you can go there in person. It's at the RAF Museum at Cosford, which is just outside London. And you can see the plane. It's currently in the hydration tunnels, but you can see all the different parts that are being cleaned and restored. There's also a sort of augmented reality, what we're calling the interpretation zone, where visitors will be able to come in, read all about the Dornier, the Battle of Britain, this iconic plane, and the pilots of 264 Squadron that shot it down. We have taped interviews and all the rest that you can watch the videos. You can see an augmented reality recreation of the plane where it will simply appear in this space, and you can walk all around it and look at it.
Is it kind of like maybe like a 3DS where you can see the augmented reality?
So you can use your smartphone and hold it up and basically look at it, underneath it, around it, walk around this basically life-size recreation of the plane. There's a sort of viewing position in the museum where you can go in there and basically have the augmented reality experience if you don't have a smartphone.
Wow, that's also impressive. But
It's pretty cool.
what is it like for you to be a historian and to be somebody who loves this subject matter and to be part of pretty much history?
It's hugely exciting. It's amazing. They'll pay me money to get to do something so fun. But there's nothing like going and actually putting your hands on a piece of history like this. It makes it more real than reading about it in books or seeing videos or seeing it on the web. That it brings into stark relief the heroism of the British pilots that defended the UK in the war, and all of those things come to life in a way that I think you can't capture just reading about it. So it's been very exciting to work on this and other projects.
Now, you were also part of our Spitfires that were located in Burma. How did we know that the Dornier 17 was here this time?
Well, first off, they had 3D radar scans of the entire plane, which if I could show pictures, I could show you, but there is no doubt that's an airplane. And it's quite a distinctive signature. And they had basically sent divers down and put their hands on it. It's like, yes, this plane is there. And then they were able to recover the records, basically showing, yes, 264 Squadron had shot down a Dornier that had crashed off the coast of Kent. It was in the right place, radar images, eyewitness accounts, and divers that went down and put their hands on it and filmed it. So it's like, yes, that is an airplane.
You're helping to manage these projects, but are you also there, like when it came out of the water? Are you there for those moments?
I had to leave right before. Originally, it was going to come up in May, and I was there then, and then that attempt didn't work. We were dealing with really fickle tides and high winds and stormy conditions. The channel is very difficult. Like those that know their history remember the D-Day landings, that right up to the 11th hour, is the weather going to hold enough for us to bring the landing craft in? And the channel conditions were true to their reputation. It foiled 2 attempts, and we were running out of money and time. But fortunately, the last attempt, there was a period of calm in the afternoon, I think it was June 11th, when they were able to bring up the plane. I then got to come back after the fact and see it after it was out of the water, but that was so cool.
Now, how does somebody get into a career like yours?
Wow. That's...
it's a process?
Let's see. So I started out in physics, ended up in history when I did my graduate work at Cornell and Cambridge. I'm a researcher, writer. I've written books and articles on things. I sort of fell in backwards into the gaming space. So I was writing a book called Alter Ego with the British photojournalist Robbie Cooper and Wired magazine editor Julian DeBell. Had a lot of fun doing that, learning all about the gaming space, people, their avatars, community, identity on the web, and just got fascinated and decided I want to make my own games too. So I designed a game, and a company in Atlanta thought it was cool, so I ended up working with them and just went from there. Got into game publishing and now doing this.
Would you say you're living your dream at this point?
I would say I leap out of bed every day to get to do what I do, and I'm extremely grateful that the company has the vision to recognize the value of preserving history for ourselves and for future generations so that they understand what this global conflict was about. And being able to touch the physical artifacts is really a big deal. It's important that these things are preserved.
Is there a place where we can go to find out more information about your projects?
Wow, yeah, we've got some YouTube videos. Sorry, I don't know the links, but I think we put them on our Wargaming Facebook site. So for example, I gave a talk at RAF Hendon Museum on June 19th partially about the Dornier, but also about what we found on the Burma Spitfire expedition and our archival research and the mapping and all the rest that we did with our archaeology team. It's great fun, so those are up on the Facebook site, I believe, and the World of Warplanes site.
All right, well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Sure. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can check out the live stream on Thursdays from 2 to 3 Pacific. If you are watching this live right now, we will be right back with prizes, Q&A, and other goodies. So stick around, and I'll see you guys in just a moment.